First of all, I'd introduce me in a little bit of a detail because the idea is to share the journey and maybe inspire a few youth to take the path which maybe I have taken or a different path, but share the learnings which I have learned and which might help young children, the teenagers, going through youth and help them in dealing with the problems which arise in life as you go towards adulthood a little bit better. So I'm an IPS officer, yes. I'm SP Ajmer currently, and I belong to Ghaziabad. My native place is Ghaziabad in Uttar Pradesh. And I have done, if I were to talk about my educational background, so I have done 12th from biology background. Why this is relevant, I'll tell a little bit in future. And then I did my graduation. Then I did my MSc in biotechnology from IIT Roorkee. After that, I was pursuing PhD for a little bit. And for around 3 years, I was doing PhD. But after not finding it that suitable to my own career choice, I started preparing for civil services. And I was an Indian Forest Service officer, batch 2014. And still, I was aspiring for a little more in my own mind. And then finally, in 2017, I became an IPS officer. With this introduction, I just wanted to give an idea that it has been a long journey, and there have been a lot of switches, and there have been a lot of things which were, what do I say, surprising? Because I'm in uniform, and most of the kids must be wondering कि पुलिस में जाते हैं, कैसे लोग जाते हैं? किनको पुलिस वालों से थोड़ा डर होता है? डर है आप लोगों को? No fear? Good, nice to know. We are doing good, that there is more trust than fear, especially with kids. But what I would say is कि basically just to give an idea कि ज़रूरी नहीं है कि सभी लोग जो पुलिस में गए हैं वो ये सोच रहे थे कि हमें पुलिस में ही जाना है. I was not thinking like that, but as the life is a journey and it takes you places, it took me to a place where I ended up becoming a police officer, and I'm a very proud one, and I'm very proud of the profession I am in. I get a tremendous opportunity to help the people, to serve the people, which I believe only a few profession might give, and most of the profession would feel that about themselves. But still, I think that being in police, I'll give you a little bit flavor of policing in the beginning. You meet just two kind of people, mostly. What are the two kind of people? Can anybody guess? Who will come to police? There'll be people who are in trouble. They want some help from you. हिंदी में हम उन्हें परिवादी कहते हैं. And the second set of people would be criminals, correct? क्रिमिनल से तो पुलिस को पाला पड़ना ही है. मेरे कहने का मतलब ये है कि हम कंप्लेनेंट को, परिवादी को कुछ रिलीफ दे सकते हैं, और जो ख़राब लोग हैं वी कैन पुट देम बिहाइंड द बार्स, एंड दैट कैन मेक अ रियल चेंज इन सोसाइटी. एंड आई एम वेरी प्राउड दैट आई हैव दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी to interact a little bit if possible with the children if they are not, too self-conscious. What do you think on your journey? What are the factors? What are the qualities which takes you on a journey which will lead to success, however, whatever be the way you define it? What are the factors you think? What are the qualities? Like somebody would say hard work, somebody would say diligence, somebody would say all sorts of things. So I just want to get an idea, as young children, what is it that is going on in your mind? What do you think is the quality which you may possess or which you would like to work upon and get better at to achieve something which you are aspiring for? Can we have some interaction? Anybody? Any children? अभी कुछ बच्चे मेरे साथ फोटो खिंचा के गए थे MDS स्कूल वाले, उनमें से कोई बताएं. हाँ बताइए प्लीज़. Can she has a mic or something? Is it possible? Hard work, okay, nice. Yes, please. Sorry, I cannot see properly. Yes. Okay, that is the definition of success. I'm saying, okay, fine, that is how suppose we define success. What do you think, what is the quality which you need to reach towards that goal? Making differences. Okay, okay. Yes, please. Determination. Okay, nice. Yes, please. हाँ बेटा बताइए. Believe, if everybody did not hear, I'll say perseverance, correct? So having the resilience and perseveres towards it, correct? बताना चाह रहे हैं कुछ बेटा, बताइए.
मैम डेडिकेशन एंड वन टाइम फेलियर.
Dedication.
डेडिकेशन एंड एक बार फेलियर फील करना.
He is saying dedication and one-time failure. So I would say just one thing, that as a young person, we think that once is enough. It will take many. Because the life is long and the struggles are huge, and as we go along the way, we will face failure repeatedly in life for something which we want or we are hoping for. Anyways, I got certain good answers, and I would say on the basis of, I would just share a snippet from my own life, and I'll try to share with you what I felt was the most important quality. And I'm very happy to say that the answer which I felt I was looking for, I'm not saying that itself is the correct answer. However, the way you define your success, whatever you want to become in life, you want to achieve in life, the diligence and perseverance, without that, it will not be possible. And everything, why I'm saying this is, I'm just sharing my own uh, experience of failure when I had it, and how badly I dealt with it, and how I learned from it to deal with it a little bit better the next time such kind of scenarios come up. So when I was of your age, I'm coming from a government school. I have done all my education in Hindi medium, but I was considered an intelligent child, and I was also aspiring to make a mark in the world, certainly, which everybody should, and I was hoping to become a doctor. That's why I had taken biology as an optional. And when I prepared for, at that time, NEET was not there, so at that time there used to be these CBSC, PMT, CPMT sort of examinations. I prepared well, but in back of my mind somewhere, I felt that because I'm coming from a certain background, that I do not have that sort of resources which other kids are having, and that somehow makes me less ready for this examination, and I won't be able to crack it. I was good in studies, I was doing well, and for most part of it, I was preparing really, really well. And then by the time examination was coming closer and closer and closer, and certainly the pressure would increase. The pressure was increasing. What if I don't get selected? What will happen then? What will be the consequences? Because you're a young child, you haven't seen world so much, you feel if that doesn't work out, this will be the end of the world. And I don't know, I certainly felt that way. And what happened ultimately was that under that stress, the quality of my education, the quality of my studies got badly compromised as I was reading the examination. I gave the examination, I still got a good score, and I could not get selected just because there was 2 marks was less than where somebody was getting MBBS in a good college, in a good government college. Just 2 marks. I kept on wondering, had I studied for those last 2 months, I would have certainly made it. But what happened? That I lagged. I am saying I lagged these two qualities. I was not perseverant. I broke under stress. I thought certain things in my own mind and made up certain thing about the whole thing, that, oh, this cannot happen, that cannot happen, and I don't know what will be the consequences. And then what happened? It did not happen. I did not get selected. But that was not the end of the world. It was just the beginning of another chapter of life. It did not work out for quite some time. It took me a lot of time to come in terms with this failure. As the little child who was just with us mentioned, one failure. At least one failure was necessary for me to mull over it and appreciate it. And I kept on thinking that I was intelligent enough. I was studying well. And just because in the end, I could not kept going, I ended up losing on a great opportunity, which could have been mine. That time when I failed that failure, I decided that whenever I'll pursue something big, when the life gives me that opportunity, that I'll be pursuing something good, something big, something I really want, no matter what, at least I won't give up. I'll keep my perseverance all, I'll keep on trying. If failure come, then it can come, but I'll be sure that I gave my best. Why I'm sharing this is that you all are at the same stages of life. So most of the children might be in 11th or 12th or, graduation. Nobody is in graduation, but even from the 8th class, the pressure to have a career, to build a career is always there. So now, even if there's self-doubt, because there will be self-doubt, you cannot be sure about a result till the time result has come out. So till the time it is not over, it is not over, and one has to continue pursue it despite all the self-doubt which we have. Now coming to the second part of the story, after that, there were many things which worked out for me, and there were many things which did not work out for me. But there was one thing which I kept was, okay, maybe it will happen, maybe it will not happen, I'll keep on trying, and I'll keep on trying to give my best. So when I was preparing for civil services, as you know, you become an IPS officer after giving the civil services examination. And I gave the civil services examination 5 times. So that, I guess, gives me credit for some perseverance, right? So what I would say is, when I started preparing, I had the same doubts which I had when I was doing when I was giving this examination of PMT. The same self-doubts exist. I felt that there are people, the people who clear civil services examination, they are just maybe too intelligent or something, because I had never met a civil servant in my life. I did not know anybody who was an IAS officer, or an IPS officer, or a revenue service officer. To me, that world was a different world at that point of time. And I did not know how intelligent they are, how much hard work they put, and what all resources they have. But you have to trust yourself, and you have to try for something which you want. I wanted to be better in life, and I wanted to become a civil servant because I met certain friends and I came to know about the profession, and I felt that this is a great opportunity to, quite frankly, to have a good job first, because ultimately you have to have career security, but at the same time make a good mark in society, do something good, make a little bit of change if you can. So after that, when I started preparing, I had the same doubts. And many times I was at the same phase where the way I was when I was preparing for my PMT examination. But at that time, I could process those emotions, and I could understand that this is just a phase, and I have to continue. So first, I got into forest service examination. I cracked it, and I got a decent job. But I was aspiring for a little bit more. I gave interview, I'll just tell you, I gave civil services interview 3 times and forest services interview once. And this was the attempt in which I got my IPS was my 4th attempt. The 5th attempt which I was talking about, I still got the rank, but my rank was such that I would not have gotten into IAS, which I was aspiring for at that point of time. So twice I cracked civil services. Once I cracked forest service examination, and the belief which I had that perseverance is something which is the key, and that will lead to obviously hard work, that will lead to consistency, that will lead to discipline, everything will come from there, but you have to persevere. Maybe somebody is studying, today you study for 10 hours, and then tomorrow you do not study at all. And then day after you study for 10 hours. Then for 2 days you do not study at all. And somebody is studying 4 hours every day, consistently, persevering. That person, in all the probability, will be able to do better. That is my assumption. And that is my experience that I'm sharing with you. So from this journey, I just wanted to interact with you all kids, and just wanted to share, maybe you guys are facing the similar kind of fear and the similar kind of self-doubt and the similar kind of challenges which I faced 20 years ago. The society has changed, the time has changed, a lot of things have changed, but youth is youth. When you're young, you are vulnerable. When you're vulnerable, self-doubts come to seep in, but I do feel that every generation which is coming up is much more confident generation, and I feel very happy about it. So if you have self-doubt, persevere, and you'll certainly find the goal you are searching for.